Rant, you are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So from 12 o'clock tomorrow night, Melbourne is going under full lockdown restrictions again for 6 whole weeks. My life's not going to change at all, but that's going to suck for some fucking people out there. 6 fucking weeks. That's longer than they had us in full lockdown last time. I think it was 4 weeks or 5 weeks last time. This time, 6 weeks. Tomorrow night, all the bars, all the cafes, everything shuts down again. Takeaways only. No one leaving their house. It is on for 6 weeks. That's a long fucking time. I mean, I've got a skipping rope. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to come out of this 6 weeks with the fucking tightest calves you've ever seen in your life. They are going to be hot. I'm going to start waxing my legs after this 6 weeks. But imagine being a small business or someone who's trying. Imagine being someone who's trying to better themselves in the world. They are some big hits to absorb. Melbourne didn't even make it to the 50 people in a bar. We only made it to the 20. The day before it was going to go to 50. They cancelled it and said, no, we're sticking with 20 for another month. And now 6 more weeks of full lockdown. I think that's the end. I don't see how you recover from that. You would never really have recovered from the first one, and now this is just the nail in the coffin. No one's rioting either. Everyone's just taken this very well. I would have expected some fucking riots. We just went through this. They predicted on the first wave that there was going to be like 50 to 100,000 deaths. That's what they predicted on the first wave of this. There was like 90 deaths in Australia. That's all of Australia. There was 90 deaths. That is missing the mark. You would think if you fucked up your prediction that much, no one would listen to you ever again. Ever. For any reason. 100,000 are going to die. 90 died. Then they come back and they're like, hey, we've got some new figures. How about you shut the fuck up? I could have thrown a dart at a fucking dartboard and got a better score than that. But instead of people going, hey, these fucking idiots don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What is going on? Everyone's like, let's join hands. Let's go back into lockdown. We need to do this for each other. It's like, shut the fuck up for each other. There was 191 new cases yesterday. There's 9 people in Melbourne in intensive care. They didn't give you the details whether they're like 90-year-olds recovering from a broken hip who picked it up. No one knows, but there's only 9 in intensive care. There's 27 in hospital. That's it. No one's dying. They stopped even talking about the death rate now. Now all they talk about are new cases. 191 new cases today. Who cares if it's 191 if people are just recovering from it? We clearly know it's not as deadly as they first thought. We know that now. At the start, no one knew, so you can understand, all right, let's be careful and lock down. I can buy that. I can't buy this one. But what if the hospitals get overwhelmed? Shut up. I was ranting about this today while I was doing a little bit of filming with a couple of comedian friends, John Doerr and Izzy Ali. I was like, no one's fucking dying. Just get on with it. If you get it, recover, do whatever. Who cares? But no one's dying. And Izzy's like, 2 of my aunties died. I'm like, shut up, you're black. That's not fair. Aren't black people like 40% more likely to die of coronavirus? And plus your auntie was like 90 and she was in Sweden too. Sweden just let rip. Don't they reckon like 5,000 people died in Sweden and then Norway like 14 people died and like 3 huskies? I'm not buying those stats either. Sweden were the only one not to lock down. They just let rip. Now people are calling their government murderers. I'm not buying any of the stats anywhere. I don't care about your fucking stats. This many people, that many people. No. Although I did hear something recently about this virus being very early in its evolution, and that if we let it roam free, it could evolve into something even more deadly. I understand that. But no one's saying that. My life doesn't change at all. I don't know what I'm talking about. My heart goes out to small business. If you own a cafe that charges $6 for a tea, my heart goes out to you. This is going to be a tough time for you. If you have a burger place that does a tiny, dry beef patty, my heart goes out to you. My $17 heart goes out to you. Is Melbourne the only place in the world in full lockdown again? The rest of Australia is fine. They're cruising, everything's opening up, they're loving life. Don't worry, if you're feeling lucky about not being in lockdown, you'll be back in lockdown soon enough. Don't worry about that. That's 100%. This was always going to happen. I was mentally prepared. I just thought there would be more pushback. Like, you can't take our freedoms off us this easily. But yeah, there seems to be none. No pushback at all. It's very strange. It seems like we're very well conditioned to accept orders. Feels like we're becoming Pavlov's dog. A few more months of this, all they'll need to do is ring the bell and we won't leave our house. Ting! Stay inside. COVID alert. Outbreak in the northwest. 4 new cases. 8 weeks lockdown. Alright, that's enough from me tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a subscribe, give it a rate, give it a review. Add us on social media, Boyle Comedy, and see you the fuck later.